Bet. Let's start with Tebow. Last time we'll probably talk about him forever, right? I say all these Tebow fans are hypocrites. They would demand I talk about him if he made the team, but they don't want me to talk about him when he gets cut, and he is newsworthy. So I've never felt, listen, when you go into the league and you have been out for 8 years and you leave the NFL in merchandise sales, you're newsworthy. I'm going to talk about you. Where do you land with it?
Well, listen, I land that I think, and I know this is a former colleague and I think a friend of yours, so I say this with immense respect, but I think this pretty much certifies this was a mistake by Urban Meyer. I don't know what was gained from it other than maybe one could say it demonstrated immense loyalty from Urban because Urban Meyer's career is different because of what a great collegiate career Tim Tebow had. So this is him paying it back. But I don't think many of us who were looking at this through clear eyes thought this had any chance of working. And I don't think this was a net positive for the Jags. I think the point you made earlier, which was, it's not like they waited for, the first big round of cuts. It was like, no, you got to go now. Like, the first guy that I know of that was cut of any substance across the league is Tebow. And that's, by the way, that's not insulting to him. He's been out of the league for twice as long as he was in it, and he's playing a new position. Like, I'm not sure why anyone thought this was going to work. And of course we have to talk about it. But I don't know. I don't hear from the Tebow fans maybe as much as you do, so I'm not that concerned with it. But yeah, of course we have to talk about it. It's the same reason we talked about it when they signed it.
Jamal Adams gets the contract. Russell Wilson's left tackle doesn't. I think it's a thing. Do you?
Yeah. I agree with you. I thought Joy had a quote that maybe she came up with it, maybe she didn't, but I'd never heard it before, so I will now forever ascribe it to her, which is nothing is everything, but everything is something. Yeah. I think that's really smart. I like it. And this is definitely something. And I think we now have to take a step back and say, all right, there were 3 quarterbacks who this offseason at various times, and superstar quarterbacks, we're like, wow, NBA player empowerment, moving to the NFL for the quarterbacks because they were going to force their way out of town or force their franchise's hands. The first was Deshaun. Now, Deshaun's situation kind of belongs in its own box because of the really terrible off-the-field allegations. So set that aside. But then there was Russell and Aaron. And now we're weeks away from the beginning of the season. And it's like, what did either of these guys get? Russell got what? A meeting with Pete Carroll where he said, okay, I'll give you more control, but you got to actually show me that's going to happen. Aaron got what? They brought back Randall Cobb for 3 months Colin Cowherd pay, and they're going to shave a year off his deal, maybe? Like, I think we thought a few months ago, or at least I thought, NFL quarterbacks are realizing how powerful they are. Either they're not as powerful as I thought they were, these guys just didn't want to stomach it the way NBA guys will, because it's hard to get more powerful than Russell and Aaron. And Russell can't even get his own, forget a new, like an upgrade at offensive line, can't get his own guy re-signed. That ain't great, and I'm sure it doesn't sit incredibly well with him.
So, I was noting this, that a couple years Odell Beckham got a shoe deal, and I said, this is the first shoe deal of note I ever remember an NFL player getting. And now Patrick Mahomes, by the way, I begged yesterday to get a pair of those. Very nice from Adidas. He's got a shoe deal.
Oh, you should have asked me.
Yeah. Oh, you already got yours? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
No problem.
So what does it say? Macro, what does it say?
Well, a couple things. One is it says that if he walks away today, in addition to having the biggest shoe deal in NFL history, he's also already a Hall of Famer. That was, my God, that was a bad take by you a month ago, and I've been waiting to tell you how bad it was. Now I finally got to. But the other thing is I think, listen, Colin, your kids are all older than my younger kids. But I'm the youngest kids these days, and I'll tie it together in a moment. If you ask them, 7, 8-year-old, what do you want to be? And if they're of the mindset of, I want to be an actress or movie star, that's not what they say. Like, we would have said actress, movie star. They say YouTuber. And why do I say that? The point I'm bringing up is fame can now come from anywhere. It can come from TikTok. Obviously, it can come from the movies. It can come from YouTube. And it can come from any of our sports. If you break through, you are going to be able to reach the level of celebrity that previously really only NBA guys got to, because NBA guys are the most visible. They're not wearing a helmet. They're not wearing any pads. They have the biggest personality. So I think that you are going to see other guys that have Mahomes' level of charisma, even without his level of talent, that are going to be able to start to cash in ways other athletes haven't. I'll give you another name. I think Fernando Tatis Jr. could be the next, could set a record-breaking shoe deal in Major League Baseball when it feels like we haven't had one since Griffey. I think you are going to start seeing different guys capitalize on I am the show and be able to use that to get these types of endorsements, which previously had been reserved for almost like select few guys.
So NBA topic. By the way, something is everything. Everything is nothing. Joy borrowed from me, so you can give me credit for the first time in your life.
That's true. It is Colin saying.
You did say it was smart. It was, I like that. So
it was very smart.
So the NBA, they have a plan, and they're meticulous, and they put exact people they want on their Christmas Day games. It's the biggest day of the year for the NBA before you get to the conference finals. It gets huge ratings. Everybody's home. Trae Young made it. Jason Tatum made it. Luka made it. Zion did not. You cannot tell me that in Zion's camp, they're not upset. Like, it's saying something, and I don't think it's a good something. To me, Zion's camp, which has already been displeased with some things, they're sitting there this morning going, oh, okay. So Trae Young's in. Jason Tatum's in. Yep. Zion's not. You tell me. You love this league. It's something, right?
No, I think you're absolutely right, and I think it's demonstrated by the fact the biggest star the league's ever seen, LeBron, this will be his 16th straight Christmas Day game. So the league recognized very early we have to feature him each and every opportunity, each and every year we get. I do think, though, that this is not an indictment on Zion as much as it is on the Pelicans.
Right.
It's the NBA saying we don't know that we trust the Pelicans to be competitive. But my takeaway was a little different when you show that full schedule, because there's another alleged superstar who is not included here. And by the way, his team's really good. And that's the guy that you, me, and Joy got just pilloried by the NBA nerds for not having as our MVP. Where's Nikola Jokic? Oh, he's the league MVP. When's the last time? Crack herd research staff. I'm fresh off vacation, a little sunburn. I didn't look this up. Someone can. When's the last time a defending MVP was not included on Christmas Day? It's got to be, decades? The Nuggets are good. And the league is telling you, yeah, we know he won the MVP, and we know they could be the second best team in the West next year. Nobody cares about him. Think about that. They put the Jazz. Now, I know you like the Jazz, Colin, because you own a whole county in Utah, but most people don't care about the Jazz. They put the Jazz on there instead of the Nuggets and Nikola Jokic. So, yes, Zion should be upset about the direction of the Pelicans. If I'm Nikola, I'm riding in that chariot in his homeland, maybe getting the news. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I just won league MVP? There's 10 teams on Christmas? My team's not one of them. So that was my takeaway. League MVP not on Christmas.
How about that? So you're not going to tell it. Did you go to Croatia? Let me guess. Croatia.
No, I didn't. I made a quick stop in Slovenia to check on my large adult Slovenian son, Luka Doncic, see how he's dealing with the Olympic loss. And then we stopped in the Dominican Republic for a bit. I did a little minor league baseball scouting, and now I'm back here with you.
Good seeing you, buddy. You look great as always. Thanks.
See ya.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.